I think we're back again with a bit of luck. So bear with me because I've got to go through these checks yet again. And in the meantime, we'll get on with the game. Let's just see what's happening, see if I can make sure I am playing the game. And then we'll go from there. It says I'm live, so with a bit of luck, we'll be okay. Just see what's happening, see if I can make sure I am. Okay, that seems to be working. I'll have a look at Twitch. Perhaps not. Right, I was actually streaming a minute ago, but so I had a nice young lady outside my house kept tooting on a car horn very loudly. I did go out and have a little tut about it, and she got very upset, and I got upset, and oh look, I've got someone in the chat already who's trying to sell me stuff. What a waste of time. He's only a bot anyway. I don't take any notice now. Right, so let's go back in chat, make sure everything's up and running correctly there, and head back into the game again. Right, now, as I was explaining, or trying to explain, until I was rudely interrupted, I did fall the other day. This was Friday last week, a week ago tomorrow actually, and basically I thought I was reasonably okay, so I went to work the next day, and it turned out after that day's work that I wasn't at all well, and I went up to the hospital on the Sunday because I could barely get out of bed. I had to get the wife to help me out of bed. So the hospital said that I was badly bruised and possibly broken bones, but they couldn't really tell, and they don't do anything about broken ribs anyway. So just keep an eye on it, make sure I didn't get infected, and see how we go. And that's what I've done. I've been off for nearly a week now, and I've also not streamed. Usually stream on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and I've not streamed for getting on for a week, so I'm back again. But this is not going to be a normal game because I can't guarantee how I'm going to feel. I've still got quite a bit of pain, just not enough to justify not getting on with my life, basically. So here I am anyway. And what I'm going to do today is we're going to have a look at the game and maybe play a few minor, less stressful stuff and see how we go from there. So what we're doing at the moment, I've done the mission. I did the ferryman mission to get me across to the other side of London, which I'm at the moment. But this is a very dangerous area. Let me show you on the map where I am. We're on. Well, that's the mission, but that's not where we are. Where are we? I found Trafalgar Square and Charing Cross. If you remember, I got the perk at the beginning of the game where I was would go to sleep and probably wake up in different places. So it's bounced me all over the place, and I've discovered a lot of new places. If you have a look at the map, we've discovered pretty much all of the first section of the map. This is not just the tutorial, but the other part of the map as well. Now, this is me arching fishing guide to find out about the what's the word I'm looking for? To find out about the bunker. That's the word. The bunker that we were found in. So that's one mission, and that involves crossing Tower Bridge, which is optional. Now, the other mission that we've got at the moment, which I've following, is to meet Yvette in Millwall. And I'll show you where that is. It's not that data we want, isn't it? There you go. We've got a few other missions as well. I found these by just whizzing around the map, playing my own version of pinball, which is just keep going in one direction until something stops you and then go off in another direction. Now, this is the other main mission, meeting Yvette and Mill, and I can't do that until I've got my charisma up, apparently. So that's not going to be done for a while. So what I'm intending to do at the moment is to show you a few other places I've found, including one which is I'm really grateful that they actually put in, and I'll show you this in a minute. So let's get rid of that. Oh, that one, and go to this place, which I discovered just by wandering around, and it's a place called Biggin Hill Airport. And I'm really pleased they put this in. I'm going to give you a bit of history as well as to why this is important, and show you a few things at Biggin Hill Airport which will explain a bit more about why I feel it's so important. Now, we were engaged in a conflict a few years ago called World War II. And basically, it was the UK and its allies against Italy, Germany, and later on France. And we were there was a thing called the Battle of Britain, which was late 1939. I'm not entirely sure, and that involved trying to win air superiority over the German Luftwaffe or German Air Force. And Biggin Hill, which is this place, was in fact very important because, so look at the map again. We are actually here because this was, if you can imagine, you've got France, and then just across the water, across the English Channel, is Dover, and Dover is the closest point to France where the enemy were. They actually occupied France. So you've got France, then Dover, and then in a straight line ahead London. Now, obviously, the bombers were bombing London incessantly, and the Battle of Britain was about gaining air superiority over London and Kent. Now, at the time, Biggin Hill was in Kent. It's now in Bromley, which is why it's in this game. I'm trying to find out how to get in here. I think this is the one. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, there it is. Now, the reason why I want to show you this is because there's an icon of Britishness which you literally can't ignore. And I'll tell you for why in a moment. And it's this. You may recognise it, you may not. It's called a Spitfire. And it's basically, it is the most basic aircraft you could get. It's just a flying thing with wings and guns, and that's what it comes down to. There were no frills, no luxuries, no auto aim. The only armour that it had really was just a shield in front of the pilot to stop the enemy bullets from hitting his face. And this was, with the Hurricane, which was the other fighter at the time, is an icon because this was the plane probably that helped win the Battle of Britain for England and stop them, the Luftwaffe, from bombing Germany. So this is why I'm pleased they put Biggin Hill in. Biggin Hill used to be in Kent, which is where I live, and now is in South London, which is why they can put it in the game. So there you go, Biggin Hill Aerodrome, lots of history. Still an airport to this day. They have an air show every so often. So just thought I'd show you that, explain a bit of history anyway. So that's the Spitfire. The shape of the wing, you can't mistake. If I go underneath it, you'll see what I mean. That wing is literally unmistakable, the curve of it. So anyway, that was that one. Where else have we discovered? We went to Blackheath. I did find Blackheath, but it ended up being over here somewhere. And I got tunnel cough and died, so it's not shown on the map. I also got taken to Trafalgar Square in one of my somnambulist modes, and I actually managed to find Trafalgar Square and Charing Cross Station. Now, there is a settlement here, so I'm going to go and have a look at that with you. And the reason I'm not doing a lot of fighting today is because I'm still not sure how it's this side that's caused the problem. I'm still not sure how that's going to heal up. So I'm going to go to Trafalgar Square anyway, and we can. I think we can pull up a couple of missions there if we haven't already got them. Now, Trafalgar Square is in central London. This is sort of area that Buckingham Palace is in. Leicester Square, the Strand, and Whitehall. And again, all this area is dedicated to various historic figures. So you'll find lots of statues there. I think there's Winston Churchill's in Trafalgar Square, Queen, I think there's one of the Queen, I'm not entirely sure. And basically, if you ever go to London, that's the sort of place to go, less around that sort of area. Just off Trafalgar Square on one side, you've got the Buckingham Palace. That's where all those pictures are taken when you see the king and his family on the balcony and all that sort of thing. I'm yapping away because yet again this game just takes so long to load. So I'm gonna have a bit of my chocolate anyway. I'll make myself some chocolate. Don't tell anyone. Got to have a bit of chocolate. I have no idea what's going on here. It just take a while to load sometimes. Right, this is Trafalgar Square. This is Nelson's Column. Now, you will know Nelson's Column, but it's a lot higher than that, a lot taller than that. So, let's have a wander around here and see what's going on. Yes, who are you? What? What? Oh, you've got a traffic warden's uniform on. Right, Tommy. Now, Tommy's another World War reference, this time World War One. Tommy was okay. Tommy and Tommy Atkins were generic names for World War One grunts, soldiers. Most of them were conscripted, as you can see, and that means that they were drafted into the army to fight. Many of them were scared young people taken out of their normal lives, like farmers. Oh, shut up, and so on, and they all were sent off to this strange place. Most of it took place in France and Belgium. But the generic name for them was the Tommy. So Tommy Atkins. I'm not sure of the exact details. I don't want to look it up online, but I think it was along the lines of the fact that some people joined up anonymously or didn't want to join up under their real names, and they would use Tommy Atkins. But it could also be that that's what was on their pay. What's this? Strange person. Oh. Let's have a sleep, shall we? Oh, we can't sleep. It's owned. Right, okay. So these are the Tommies anyway. World War One was the most horrific war in history. It was literally a slaughter. In one day, I think there was tens of thousands of victims of World War One on both sides. Let's not forget the Germans also lost many people. Yeah, me too. She's dead though, so you can't. King Charles now, by the way, just in case you didn't know. So yeah, I mean, it is something which is you've got to be very careful about handling in games like this, because World War One was a really horrendous war. They used to have things called big pushes, and what it was basically, World War One was in trenches. You had German trenches, English trenches, and no man's land, which was just the neutral territory. And they used to have big pushes to try and take a few feet of no man's land for the English trenches and push the enemy back. it was a war of attrition. There was no real point to it, just to gain more ground. And eventually, obviously, the idea was that you'd end up pushing them out of France entirely and Belgium entirely. It didn't work. And the big pushes were literally these soldiers were lined up in trenches and told to go over the top. That's what they called it, going over the top, and just chase down the German trenches. And of course, the Germans were ready for this. As soon as they saw them coming out of the trenches, it was slaughter. It wasn't warfare; it was slaughter. And at risk of getting too uptight about this, I mean, you've got to understand that these things have got to be handled with delicacy because so many families lost family members during the wars. Two of them, there were 1914, 1918, and 1939-45. And the other thing, of course, was in World War One, all it was about was the toffs, the kings and the queens of various countries had treaties with each other. One man got shot, and it was like a game of dominoes. The whole lot toppled over, and suddenly the whole of Europe was at war. Anyway, enough about war. Let's go and look at some of these lovely stalls that are here. Can we take these things? Are we allowed to? No, they're not even showing up as items. Right, so there's nobody here. It's night time. Nice to find somewhere to sleep, first of all. Now, I think I did pick up a mission here. It was, where is it? It Rises in the East this is Eastminster. Now, there is a place in London called Westminster, and Westminster is where you got Westminster Abbey and the Houses of Parliament. Eastminster is fictionalised, I think, for the game. We've got to find books, things like that. Right, okay. Meeting in Millwall and the men, we've still got to do that. And miscellaneous, find some pizza, investigate, and find some paintings. God, help at White Farm. Okay, we can do that later. So what I'm going to do first is just have an explore around here and just maybe see if we can find somewhere to sleep first of all. Although I would think this ends up being there's some beds here. I think this would end up being a place we can make a camp eventually. Right, so we want to go round to 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go around to 7, so that's 9 hours. 9, we're talking about. 9. We might end up somewhere completely different because we've got that perk that means we can go to sleep and wake up somewhere absolutely unknown to us, which is good. It's bounced me around the map a few times. That was still here. That's good news. So, everything in daylight now, and everywhere should be open. Churchill found something. I'll bet he did. Let's go and have a look what he's found. Now, let's see what he did. No, I don't want to talk to him. Right. Can we trade? This is the thing I'm trying to find out. No, okay. Right. Curious sound. Well, I make lots of curious sounds. No, I don't want to shoot anyone. That's not the idea today. The idea is just to have an explore and give my poor weakened body a rest. Why has that woman got a bucket on her head? Do we take it or should we let her have a modesty? No, let her have a modesty. So this is a store of some sort, presumably. Except it's not. Is there a door? Edge of the world. Let's go in and have a look in here. Now, I don't know if I've explained this in this video already, but I do play a version of this called pinball games. And what I do is, and this is how I found so much of the map, is I go in a certain direction until something stops me and I die. And then I go in another direction until something stops me and I die. And eventually, along the way, you manage to pick up bits and pieces and do things and save the game until the next death. So what I do is I go and discover bits of the map. Now, if you have a look at the map, you'll see that I have actually, and I think I've said this before, but it might be in the stream I had to stop because of the antisocial lady with her car horn. I've discovered This is where we started at the Swan and Mitre, and I've discovered all these places around here, all the way up there. That's a nasty place full of insects. All the way up here, and we're sort of we've got a toe hold here. So it just goes to show you how big the map is in this game. It's fairly big. So let's have a look at this place, see what goes on here. It's just a pub by the looks of it. Translation: pub for you people from other countries. Pub is basically a bar, but also a kind of a social meeting place where you can play pub games like darts, pool, snooker, that sort of thing. Nodding cow, let's just take it as well. I'll have that. I'll have that. Yeah, he sounds very cheerful. Talk to residents. Again, I don't think there's much point in talking to these people.
Looks like it's going to rain soon.
No shit. Oh, sorry. I mean, oh, dearie me. Oh, there's a guitar here. Can we play it? Yeah, let's play a guitar, shall we? You'll see I've found a policeman's uniform, which is quite good on the armour front. I'll just keep pushing E. Well, that's fun, isn't it? No, that was fun for about 10 seconds. Right, okay, so that's that. We found the pub. We're going to London. I think this policeman's uniform suits me, by the way, with the goggles particularly. And I've got a bit of armour already, as you can see. To show you what the situation is with the armour. Inventory, let's have a look at this. Apparel, there we go. So we've got 9 on the helmet. The helmet gives you 9 armour, which is pretty good. 5 and 5 on the arms, which isn't all that. 2 and 4 on the legs, which is okay. 3, and I'm not sure why I've got 3. I haven't got any boots on as far as I'm wearing, unless they come with the uniform. Assume they do, since we have got some protection. Be interesting, actually. Have we got any protection on the feet? Yeah, we've got boots on. Right, so that's that. Next. By the way, I didn't schedule this. I wasn't letting anyone know because I wasn't sure until this morning whether I'd actually be doing this at the moment. It's only a spur of the moment decision. So if you're watching this later and you're a bit miffed that I haven't let you know, and please don't be offended. I really decided to do this until literally an hour ago. So here we are. It's really not a full part of the video. I mean, I may only last about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how I feel. It's just to test out how I've healed up and whether I'm sort of able to do this sort of stuff on a regular basis. If I can go to work, I can do this, and vice versa. Now, I'm going to go back into the third person, if I can. Let's just tap V then. There you go. Right, so next, we'll wander around this way. That is for the point of view of reality. That is nowhere near as big as Nelson's column, but there you go. But the fountains are all there, so that's okay. Anything in these boxes? Can we take? No. Who's this person? Hello, who are you? It's Toby Edwards, look.
Hello there.
Oh, hello, Toby. Right, okay. Have you ever thought, this is the mission we get, I think, the Eastminster one we were looking at.
What? I mean, I suppose I have always thought of myself as a community leader of sorts. I help out where I can. I do my part to spread cheer and goodwill. But I'm a tyre salesman. It's a nice thought.
There's not a lot of market for tyres in a world where cars all seem to have been blown up.
Even if my tyres are the best you'll find.
Why would you need tyres? Yeah, that's true. I mean, what is you could start talking about Trump here. What is a politician who's not a tyre salesman? I mean, Trump basically is a salesman. In fact, most American politicians are salesmen.
I'm flattered, but I'm sure the people of Eastminster don't want a tyre salesman representing
Right. Okay.
What? Oh, yes. What a silly idea.
He only gave me two options, and both of them were negative. I don't like that. Right. So let's have a look at this this quest and see what it is. It said about Eastminster. It rises. You speak to Toby about Eastminster leadership. We've done that. This is Toby.
Hello again. Really?
Right. Okay. We should have gone with that option. It wasn't negative.
I don't quite know what to say.
Be a leader.
I've lived in Eastminster my whole life. I've seen its highest highs and lowest lows. I know what the people here are capable of. And they deserve more than a tyre salesman who decides one day that he's in charge. If Eastminster is to have an official leader, that leader should be officially elected by the community.
Okay. It's called democracy.
Well, first you'll need to nab some ballots. I'd ask Octavia Holland if she has any.
What?
That is, if you still think it's a good idea.
Right. So let's get this mission out, because it seems like it's a nice peaceful mission. So we do that. Really, I don't want to do much fighting today. There's more what I'm getting at here. I've got to ask this woman for some ballots. Excuse me, can I have some ballots, please? I'd really like some. Hello, Octavia.
Hey there.
Tell me about your store, eh? Okay, we'll do that.
Well, I've got parchment in all colours. White, tan, even a few sheets in a cheeky blue. I recommend large parchment for letter writing. For quick notes, small parchment will probably do. I also carry an assortment of pre-war documents. Books, notes, newspapers, magazines, that sort of thing. I recently acquired a particularly lengthy pre-war pharmacy receipt.
Again, what good would that be, though? In the modern world, a pharmacy receipt.
Ballots? Oh, interesting.
No, it's not got any.
No.
Toby! Toby! She ain't got any.
I may, however, know where you can find
Of course.
some. If my memory serves, there should be some old ballot cards at City Hall in Southwark.
And you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be absolutely crawling with enemies. It's overrun, of course it is. Right, shall we do this? I knew I was going to end up fighting. You can't avoid it. What's this place, first of all? General Trader. Let's see what we've got. Oh, shut up, Churchill. There's one with a bucket on her head again. There's an entry round the corner there, look. Weapons workbench. Let's see what we can do with anything. Have we got anything we can do with this? It looks hopeful. I bought myself some chocolate. Don't care. Nothing much we can do by the looks of it. Anything we can do with this? No, done all that. Okay, so it looks like sniper rifle's pretty much upgraded as far as it will go at the moment. Oh, we'll pick up that stuff. Right, there must be something over here actually. Can we take this? We can. Right, what's next? Anything in here? Oh no, it's not a place where we can do anything. So, there's a bar over there. So this goes to show there's a difference between a bar and a pub. A bar is just somewhere where they sell drinks, maybe have a bit of music. A pub can be it's more like a house where you're invited in by, who used to have landlords. They were usually married men and their wives who ran the place together. And it's more like a social place than a bar. A bar is just somewhere you go and get drunk, basically. Right, let's have a look at this mission anyway and see where it is. I'll give it a go unless it proves too difficult, in which case it's not really worth it. It's down here. So it's up that up the road from the train crash. Wherever it is, we go there first. Now bear in mind, I'm going to be even worse than I normally am, because I have to be careful not to hurt myself. That's my excuse. I'm going to stick to it. Sorry, Diana. Chocolate. Treated myself today. Right. Sorry about that, Diana. Yeah, I did go on this morning earlier on, first thing. I decided about an hour ago to go online. I feel much better now, thank you. Although there's still pain. And it's not going to go away in the foreseeable future. It's less than it was. At one point I could barely move. Now I can sort of do anything except stretch, really. That is quite painful, but not so much so. And going down to my feet is also quite painful. It's all down this side. But generally speaking, I'm feeling much better. And I think I must have bruised my stomach as well, so I had some problems with that. So I think I've bruised pretty much everything in the torso. Yeah, I'm just generally much better, thank you. What was I going to say next? I think I've already done pretty much sure I've already done the Biggin Hill bit. When you watch this back, Diana, if you have a look at the bit about Biggin Hill, there's a lot of historical stuff in the beginning of this video about the World War II and so on. By the way, regarding that, there's two films I think you should watch. If you want to watch films about the British battle in the air, there is a film called The Battle of Britain, which is excellent. I can recommend that. And there's also a film about another raid. There's a thing called HMS Chastise, which was a raid by Lancaster bombers, a flight of Lancaster bombers, and had this marvellous thing called the bouncing bomb. And what it was, they realised that if you just land a bomb on a dam, it's not going to do much damage. It might damage the top, but it won't damage the bottom, and then the dam would still be there. So if you were to rotate the bomb in the plane and then release it at a certain distance and a certain height, and believe me, these guys were flying suicidally low, the bomb would then bounce across the water, hit the dam and roll down to the base of the dam and then explode with the depth charge, doing much more damage. And they actually blew the three dams of the Ruhr Valley in Germany, which some people say it didn't make a lot of difference, but it was a big boost to the British people, and it was called the Dam Busters Raid. And there is a film called The Dam Busters. It's black and white. It's really old. If you get a chance, have a look at that. Right, okay, so we're drifting off the point again. I've been doing this quite a bit recently, so I must get on with this game. I'm not fighting anything more than I can avoid at the moment, because literally I don't feel that well that I can go around doing massive amounts of fighting. We've got to go around to this place. What's this? Anything down here? No. There's a sofa. We could get on there, but that's about it, really. And what's this say? Something of Kent. Now, Kent is my home county. And it was actually called the home counties in World War II as well. It was part of the home counties, I think. Might still be, actually. So where are we going? It says we ought to go that way. This was the train crash, so we can't go any further that way. I'll have to go around here. And it's all pretty much... Incidentally, the films give the impression that Britain fought alone, and they did to a certain degree. Oh, God, here we go. Mangy fox. But they also had allies like the Polish and the Indian pilots in the Air Force and the Army to a certain degree, and they helped a great deal with the war effort. What's this? Nothing. There's a lot of places you can't enter in this game, and that's a bit frustrating to me. Let's try going down this way. Perhaps down here. Can we go up this bit, or is that just a natural blockage? No, it's just a natural blockage. You can't get through there. Oh, what? Churchill, stop it. Oh, there's some stuff. Nope, nothing on there. Go on the bus. Not if we want to go anywhere, but can't get on there because he's there, I expect. Oh, no, there you go. Bobby pin. Nothing there. I have taken the Scrounger perk, by the way, and the Scrounger perk lets you find more materials in containers, and I'm still using the perk that lets you. That's too much that way. I'm still using the perk that lets you suddenly sort of go to sleep in one area and wake up in a totally different one. So there's that as well. Now let's have a look on the map and see where we're going next. This is so we want to go along this big long road here, basically, which is on the left, if we can. We're going to meet some enemies again soon. You can tell, can't you? I keep doing a Q key just in case. Are we on the right track? No, we're going north. We want to go back to the west. We can't. I may have explained this before, but that is a barber's pole symbol, which is basically a hark back to when barbers were also surgeons, and the red and white was meant to represent blood and flesh. Barbers used to be surgeons in those days. This is a classic car. This is a Mark I Cortina. Beautiful car. A bit before my time. I had a Mark III, Mark IV Cortina in my time, but yeah, it's Mark I anyway. I believe my brother-in-law had a Mark I in his time when he was a bit older than me. What's in here? Anything? No, empty. Well, see, get tickets in there. Maybe that would have been empty without the Scrounger perk. I don't know. Right, let's just follow around anywhere we want to go. It takes us down, hopefully, towards an open area. Let's go and have a look. Very windy here today. It feels like autumn has arrived. Probably hasn't. We've probably had some sunny days yet before summer's finished, but autumn's very autumnal today. Right, where are we now? We're probably heading away again. This is a nightmare. Perhaps we'll go around the other side there. Well, it might be a better idea to go from this place. The thing about the Ruhr Valley, the dams in the Ruhr Valley, was they were supplying the electricity for German industry, which obviously meant metals, guns, planes, that sort of thing. And it was thought that if you flooded the Ruhr Valley, then German industry would be crippled. And the Germans claimed that it wasn't, and it didn't do very much. It was just basically a blip. the English obviously claim differently. So, and now we're all part of the same sort of world. It doesn't really matter, but at the time it was very important. It feels good being back, actually. It really does. I missed this so much. Oh, God, it's a rad storm. Right, okay. We haven't got too many rads at the moment, so we'll just put up with this for the time being. Head this way. The radiation in this game is insane. Actually, what we could do is take a Radex. That would do. Inventory, aid, Radex. Yeah, well, I mean, look, autumn. Summer started very late here anyway. I mean, you'll remember that I was talking about having bad weather for weeks and weeks into summer, way through June into July. It's only been sort of like the latter part of July and the early part of August that it's been really nice weather. So, yeah, I mean, it's not surprising, really. Right, I'll be careful. Oh, no, we're in water. That's it. We're dead. No, we're not. But we are nearly dead. So what I'm going to do is reload because I've got no radaway. I can't do that. Basically, if you're in water, you die in this game. So we do a load. The Thames is so irradiated that you can't. Having said that, autumn is my favourite time of the year. I love autumn. It's cool enough that you can warm up, you can put jumpers on and you can feel warm and snug. Put your duvet on in the evening and just feel warm and snug in that. And then in the winter it gets really cold and it gets a bit gutty after that. But I do like autumn. The leaves are going brown, they're falling from the trees. There's a carpet of that orange, lovely orange leaves on the ground. Conker season, when the conkers used to come out. I believe I explained conkers in another video. It's basically a game that kids used to play with horse chestnuts tied on bits of string. Got more bruised knuckles from that than I care to remember. Right, so this was Fesco's. This is where we went to Thames Haven, so this is where we are. It's night time now. It's going to go. The weather patterns are fairly consistent in this, so I think it's probably best if I maybe come back in the morning or maybe even leave it a whole day. So we go back to our somewhere we know there's a bed. I've got to visit a lot of these places because I've just bounced around till I've found them. Go to the Hermit's Shack, there's probably a bed there. Again, it's my pinball method of gaming at the moment. You just keep going in a random direction until you're stopped by something, saving along the way where you can. And then when you're stopped by something, start off in another random direction. And oh, great. What the hell is this? Again, 14 rads straight away. So I'm not going there then. I'm sorry about this. I've got to find somewhere where it's safe to stay. I'll have a look at that when we finish, certainly. These are pubs. Swan and Mitre is a typical British pub. And it will illustrate what I've been saying. I'm sorry, I've got a bit of my chocolate. I would let you have a bit of these. I can't do it through the internet. Sorry and all that. They must have updated this because I noticed on the load screens now we're getting pictures to look at and not just black screen like you did before. Right, so this is a pub. They used to be called something silly. This is the Swan and Mitre. Swan is a bird, and obviously, and a mitre is the hat worn by a pope or a Catholic high up bigwig. I've known pubs called the Dog and Duck. Dogs and ducks have got nothing to do with each other. Some are just called boring names like the Plough or the Harrow or the. Basically, they're just given a name that the locals know them by. This is the Swan and Mitre. I said earlier on there was a pub called the Blind Beggar, it's got a long history. It's been a pub for a long, long time, but its main claim to fame was that the Cray twins, or one of the Cray twins, shot one of their rivals in this pub. It was gangland execution, and if you get a chance to look at the Cray twins, have a look at that as well. There'll be lots on the internet about them. They were Ronnie and Reggie Cray, and they were, shall we say, they ran London as far as gambling, pubs, whatever. Have a read. They're a nasty couple of people. They're still, one of them's still going, I think. Oh, they may both be dead now. Right, so this is a pub basically. You have a house that's been converted, and there's a bar at one side, and there's usually a dartboard on the wall, places to sit. This is a typical pub. This is a big pub, but a lot of them are a lot smaller than that. But this is the kind of decor you'll find in all pubs. You've got a TV there. Look. Now, what have I come here for? Anyone remember what I've come here for? Hippie. Never seen one called Hippie, but obviously just invented for the game. I think we came here just to make sure it was daylight when we went to this other place, so we'll find our way out of here again. I don't think there's anywhere to sleep here, unless it's upstairs. Let's try upstairs. I believe we go down this way to go upstairs and find out what the time is, and then we can go to sleep if we need to. Oh, what's that on the wall there? Can we nick it? Is anybody looking? No. Grab that then. There's your average lavatories. I haven't got rid of those yet. Chemistry station. Let's see if we can make anything here. It says we can make something. Drugs. Hero-roid. I'll look at that and see what that does later. As I say, I'm not trying to get involved in fighting as much any more than I have to. Right, so let's have a look at Hero-roid. Can we do anything else? Don't think so. No, nothing there. Look at this Hero-roid and see what it does, because drugs in this game are much more important than drugs in Fallout 4. Hero-roid it's called. That would be under aid, I would imagine. Hero-roid, 2 of those. Right, can we examine it? Inspect. X. Okay, that's not what I meant by examine it. Oh, there you go. Slows time for 15 seconds. Well, that's handy if we ever can remember to take it. Then we want to go upstairs. Where's the upstairs? Stairs. Put a light on. It must be getting dark. Yeah, mine too. Shame I was disappointed, really. Lots of stuff we could nick here if they weren't standing around watching us. Is there a bed? That's the point. Just safe there. No. Got wrong going on. I'm looking wrong going. I'm over here. What's that? Geiger counter. All the time they're looking, you've got no chance of stealing. If you steal, they become instantly hostile. But if they're not looking, then you can take anything you want. There's more upstairs. There's a bed. Oh, can't sleep there. Nothing to steal either. I probably had it last time I was here. Right, so it looks like we're not going to be able to sleep here. If we have a look at the time, status, have you got time on it? No. I'll have a look at the perks for it. We've got armour, which means we can do armour stuff. Attack dog is basically Churchill can grab hold of the arms of enemies, give me a chance to hit them, which I've used loads of times. Lab rat obviously is that debuff that we're trying to get rid of. We're taking an extra 10% damage until we sort it out. Life giver instantly gives us 20 maximum health. I've done level 2, level 3 gives you plus 30, I would imagine. Mysterious Stranger, I've used this a couple of times. You can see the James Bond graphic going on there. And what the Mysterious Stranger does is he turns up when you're in a gunfight and just kills whatever it is you're fighting with a bit of luck. And it's happened to me a couple of times now. That's quite a good one. Puritan gives us +1 strength and endurance, but you can't. We lose it if we drink alcohol or use chems. Scrounger, obviously I've just explained that means we find more stuff. Sleepwalker, this is the one. Basically, if you go to sleep, then you can wake up, and it usually how it works is the screen goes blank and there's a loading screen, and then suddenly you find yourself somewhere completely different, and that is quite interesting. That's taken me a lot of places. London Locksmith, I've got a bonus to lockpicking, but I haven't got a full level of lockpicking, and that's about it at the moment, but it still doesn't tell us what the time is. So I think we just have to go out and just see whether it's daylight or not. It looks like it's daylight, but it gets dark so quickly, and then basically you have to put your light on, then you become vulnerable. Now, maybe we've avoided that radstorm this time with a bit of luck. Incidentally, there's another little nugget about World War II, which is very uplifting, actually. It was a horrible time, but before the war, women were very much housewives and mothers and homemakers and that sort of thing. During the war, a lot of women became pilots, and the reason they did that was because the males, the men, couldn't be spared to fly the planes from the factories to where they was to be used, so the airfields like Biggin Hill. So a lot of the time these planes were flown by women who were trained to fly them as a way of delivering them to their appropriate airfields. And a lot of women flew some really, really heavy aircraft. I mean, the Lancaster bomber was huge, absolutely huge, and some women who flew it were like 5'4", little tiny things, and the pilots at the airfield used to be amazed that this massive plane would land, and out would step this dainty little girl, as they thought at the time. Very sexist, but that's the way things were then. And this dainty little girl stepped out and started demanding that they feed her. It's just a time when women... It was one of the things that led on to female liberation, because obviously after the war, women couldn't go back to like the way things were. A lot of women took over in the factories while the men were away. And they didn't want to go back to being housewives again. So, I mean, women's liberation really started because of World War II. Right, so let's go back to Thames Haven. We've got to get down to this road here if we can, and then along there. Right. Having said that, women weren't combatants in either war. In fact, in World War One, there were groups of women who used to go around shaming the lads who hadn't signed up or who hadn't answered the draft with white feathers, and that is something which I've got mixed feelings on. If we went around shaming women because they hadn't done something, then I think they would be most upset, but it was quite okay in World War. It was quite all right in World War One to shame men because they hadn't signed up, and sometimes it was perfectly innocent. I mean, sometimes men couldn't. For some reason, only one member of my family signed up for World War One, and he was killed in a submarine accident. He was on a submarine called HMS Recruit, and it was sunk by a German U-boat in the just off the Gallipoli Lighthouse, which is in, I think, the North Sea. But my family was relatively lucky, and only one member seems to have fought in wars. Whether they were just too old or too young at the time, I don't know. Maybe they were just lucky. Anyway, you can't talk about. I mean, we're going to end up talking about the wars at some point, so we might as well get it out of the way now. Now, this is Thames Haven. We can't go here. We want to go in that direction. So let's go over this way. This looks interesting, but there's nothing much there after all. So we won't go there then. Now, Southwark is the place. Now, this is around the Thames, so we've got to find a way to cross if we can. See, we've got to cross. Seems to be in that direction. Let's have a look where that is. Yeah, I'm fairly sure it's along the bank of the Thames here somewhere. So try going south. That's that way. Wherever we go, we're going to end up getting stuck, aren't we? Seems to be over there. Let's run this map again. That's all. Oh, was this where we went? This was where we went across with, with what's his face, the ferryman. So we need to. So we needed to be where we were right at the very beginning. Can we get over there again with the ferryman? Can we start this engine? No, we can't. No, we need to get over there. Oh, here we go, straight in the water. Right, okay. Let me see if I can, in that case. There was also, during the war, there were the land girls, talking about women in wartime. The land girls used to take over the farms, the farming work. So the farmer obviously was probably too old to go away and fight during the war, so they had land girls come in and do the work that the men normally did. Right, so I keep going on about war today. I don't know why. Really, this game's got very little to do with the war, but it's just one of those things, unfortunately. Now, we want to go to Southwark. I think we were there before, but I think we're going to have to go in from another angle. Perhaps we ought to go to Trafalgar Square again, because obviously it seems like at the time that was the way we needed to go. So Trafalgar Square's up there. We'll go straight down this road. So we'll go to Charing Cross Station. The trouble is this area is absolutely overrun. I've actually been watching the game, Sam playing the game, and he's much further advanced than I am. Incidentally, those two films I recommended are probably available on YouTube somewhere. There's also a lot of references in this game to the war. So, I mean, as I say, Tommy Atkins is a direct lift from World War One. Biggin Hill was famous in World War Two. There's HMS Belfast, which is a boat that's moored in London, and that was an ex-battleship. I'm sure I'll find more as I go along. It just seemed like I found all the wartime ones recently. Incidentally, we can become a cannibal in this game as well. I don't know whether I want to do that or not. We can. So I could have done with a few stim packs over the last few weeks. Right, so we're at Charing Cross Station, and we've got to go now. Going that way. Now I'm going to go sneaky mode here. Not that one, because there are bound to be enemies. Rubbish bin. Famous London black cab. Although I remember seeing in this game there is a black cab that's driven by a robot. Underground. You should find lots of places on the way with a bit of luck. London Electronics. That naked lady with a Vesco bag with actually. Oh, that's interesting. Can we take that? Yes, we can. Look at that. Stim pack. A quick save. One thing you learn in this game is save often, because it really punishes you if you don't. Lots of guns going off in the distance. Sale. No one to sell to, but it's a sale. These buildings are pretty much as you'd expect them to be in London. Apart from this, there's all sorts of things creeping in there. Attorney, whatever you call them. British people don't call lawyers attorneys. You've got lawyers, barristers, and judges, basically. That word is not used in English. So, again, little things, niggly things, I know, but some things do tend to break the immersion a little bit. That's just a gap. Mind the gap. I don't know whether you get where the mind the gap thing comes from. It's a London Underground thing. There's a yellow line, and probably got the same in the States or wherever you are actually. And this line is where you should stand behind, and mind the gap quite simply means don't step into the gap between the train and platform. And there's a very touching story about that. The recording was made originally. I think it's a lady now. The recording was made originally by a gentleman, and for years and years, this recording was played on London Underground. In some places, still is. And apparently, when he died, and the story goes, and it was on QI, so believe it if you want. The story goes that his widow goes down to the Underground station sometimes just to hear his voice again, which I think is quite sweet. I am so sorry about this. My mind is just so full of trivia. You wouldn't believe it. QI is to blame. Well, that's my excuse anyway. I'm sticking to it. Right, so off we go. We sneak in again. Plenty more black cabs. Seems to be power there, but nowhere to go. A vicious keep left side. That's a Monty Python reference. Now we seem to be heading towards the area we need. So let's try going over here and down there. No. Seems more that way than that way. Yeah, let's go this way. It certainly does. Although you're not really supposed to take the stuff out of the window. Down this way then. So we'll probably be better off going the way we were going anyway. Now we're on Thames, and that bridge over there, I think, is London Bridge, or was London Bridge. I thought they'd sold it, but apparently that might be London Bridge. So we're getting near the centre now of the city. I think we should have gone round the other way, actually. We'll go back this way. Look at Jesu, he's sweet, bless him. Don't know what bridge that one is. The only one that really counts is Tower Bridge. That's the only one that a lot of people know. Oh, where did I hear that? There's caution. Right, let's try again. Well, we seem to have been lucky at avoiding that. Do a quick save. As you can guarantee we're going to get attacked at some point. I lost so much progress. I've been playing for about 3/4 of an hour to an hour yesterday. I've been playing while I've been offline, just getting the muscles in my arm back to normal again. Although it's, I could only manage about an hour and a half yesterday. And I did about an hour, and all of a sudden I died from something stupid and lost so much progress. I actually found an entirely new town, Blackheath, and now I can't find it again. Right, looks like we're heading for trouble. Right, some dogs over there. Now I have got a sniper rifle, which I've been using quite a lot. Crude sniper rifle, very crude, but we're going to use it. We do this, and we can go like that. And then he's coming at us anyway, because he would. So we're going to go into another weapon now. And we're going to go for the tire iron, which is quite a hefty piece of... does 16 damage. Yeah, it's very frustrating. However, Blackheath is full of tunnel cough, which, if you know the game, you'll know is Strand. You'll know is a deadly disease, which you can die instantly from. In order to do one mission, we need to have charisma much higher than we are, so we have to play a long time just to get our charisma up. Right, where's the dog? Down this way somewhere. Caution, caution, caution. Where is it? There it is. Don't like hitting doggies, but there you go. Oh, another one. You'll see I'm much more resilient now than I was before. I've got a lot of armour on. I've got 20 extra health from that perk I've just been showing you. Dog's just tried to set myself alight. I'm not call him Sam, because he's always doing that as well. Right, dirty water into purified water. That's all right. Have we got any roasty stuff to make? Yes, we have. Fox steak. Looks like we know a lot of recipes. Anything else? No. Even though I've got the perk to it says we've got other stuff. Even though I've got the perk for scrounger now, it still doesn't give you much. I was told it would be great and you'll find something in every bin. There's still a lot of things which have got nothing in them. Lots of mutt chops. Oh well, that'll do. No more mutt chops. Okay, so we're there. Do love that policeman's uniform. I have to get myself one. Right, so we're in the Strand. Now the Strand is probably one of the biggest shopping areas. And we want to head towards this end. I think. Yep, down that way. Get away from there. I'm seriously trying to avoid as much fighting as possible because I really don't want to be doing too much fighting today. I will end up dying regularly and I'll get frustrated with that. Now, have we come to the right sort of area? Excuse me, got an itchy nose. Right, the old arm chest starting to be a bit painful now, but I shall go on for a little while longer. I'm trying to get average of about sort of 2 hours and just see how I go from there. I think the marathon 3 or 4 hour quests are out of the question now, for the moment anyway. Let's have a look at the map. I must be getting somewhere near it. Oh, we're going up here. Right, okay, that makes sense. So we want to cross over the bridge onto that area and down there. Okay, you can guarantee there's a lot of nasty creatures on this bridge. But we're going to go along it anyway if we can. Let's see. So we really need to be over there. Or maybe not. Ah, there we go. Go up these stairs. Perhaps not them. I don't like this game. I do like this game. That's the trouble. I like it too much. But here we're going. Get up here. Okay, save. Right, it's time for me rifle again. No, or at least a gun anyway. Ferryman's friend. This is obviously Fisherman's friend, which is a throat lozenge. Well, apparently he's playing up against... no. Oh, bloody hell, that's really loud. Come on. Football kit. Why would you want a football kit? Can we get across here? We might be able to get across this bridge. Come on. We're playing at. Right, this footbridge. Yeah, I know, danger, 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 Will Robinson. Playing games with you. You playing games with me. Damn, doesn't go right the way across. Oh, look, poor old Churchill, we left him on his own, bless him. Should we go and find a few more places? We need all the XP we can lay our hands on at the moment. This looks like, yeah, it is St. Paul's. St. Paul's is a sanctuary as far as I'm aware. Perhaps we should aim to try and get there. If I remember rightly, I think I remember Sam playing the game, and St. Paul's is actually quite a good area to get to because it gives you another area like Trafalgar Square. New aquarium now open. Regent's Park off Camden Town. Oh, off Camden Town Underground. Wanted Chinese mitten crab. Perhaps that's why they call the Mirelurks mitten lurks now. Perhaps it's a cross. Welcome. Protected by the Frenchman. Interesting. Perhaps St Paul's is not that easy to get to then. I've seen that before somewhere. Oh dear. The game has crashed. It does still have problems with the occasional crash. Occasional, not very often now. Right, the game's crashed, so bear with me 1 second, I'll reload it. And then hopefully we'll share it. It's going to be a while yet because it takes a while to load the game. So most recent save was the one I was trying to save earlier on. Right, I'm just going to share this with you and then we should be back. Right, you should be seeing the game, not my ugly mug. Right, we're back again. We jump over here. We can? Wow. Don't think it's going to do us any good, but we can jump over here. Oh, that was a... We'll take the stove and the custard creams. Custard creams, oh God. How do you start explaining custard creams and cherry bakewells? Right, custard cream. 2 small square biscuits. We've been through this before, so you know what a biscuit is. 2 small square biscuits, layer of cream in the middle. Tastes vaguely of custard cream. Cherry Bakewell. Right, you've got a small cupcake filled with sponge. On top of that, you've got a layer of icing. On top of that, you've got cherry Bakewell. All those will be available to look at online, I'm sure. Fesco is our Tesco, one of our 3 main supermarkets, and I might add the one that I don't work for. I've got a 111 jumpsuit there. Did you see that? 111 jumpsuit gives you energy resistance of 10. Police uniform doesn't give you any energy resist. Doesn't really give you any. So we could wear that and get energy resistance. Damage resist is 5. You go. I like the policeman's uniform. I'm not going to be going around wearing stuff that when I can get more energy and radiation resistance while wearing something else. Let's have a look and see what we're wearing now. If we've got a jumpsuit on, lovely. Going to keep the helmet on. It's kind of a shame that the police force of London made their officers wear hats that look like certain parts of the female anatomy for many, many years. Yeah, by all means, send it across. I'll help you with that one. I mean, obviously, I need if you do send me anything, but just let me know what kind of taste you got. Whether you've got a sweet tooth or whether you're like more into the savouries or whatever. And shut up, Churchill. I want to get done like this without the policeman's uniform. It doesn't look as good, so we're going to go back to that. We've got a lighted window up there. Now, we were looking at St Paul's, weren't we? So it was a sanctuary. There's another picture of another naked lady statue there. What's this? Danger. Well, no doubt there's probably danger. There's always been danger in this game. Right, we're back in the Strand again. Right, I think we have to come at St Paul's another way. Should we go and have a look up here? As I say, today is more about exploration than anything else. It's just I can't really afford to get into do that much fighting, or I'll probably have to cut the stream short. Okay, we'll keep going up. Probably a mistake, but there you go. No, that was it. Nothing further. There's Churchill, bless him. Ramen. I ain't going to do us any harm. Oh, what's this? Oh no, this is what we went to before, isn't it? Is this where we found the dogs? Traders welcome ahead. Oh, this was where it says protected by the wall. We're going to have a look at this anyway. St Paul's Cathedral is barred. That's not nice. Is it because it's night time? I'm thinking that we should have been given the discovery bonus for that one. We found the place, it just happens to be closed, that's all. Turing. Now, that's another thing I've been meaning to discuss with you, actually. Turing. Now, you'll notice all the computer terminals in this game. Weapons. Are Turing computers. And I'll explain a bit about that in a moment. We're back to wartime, I'm afraid. Go on, you tell him, Churchy. God, it takes some stuff to kill these creatures. You shoot me now. Right, I've got to take a stim pack quick. Oh, we purified water, that do the trick. Pig rat meat. Nuka-Cola, yep, that'll do. Now what I'm going to do also is take this hero roid and see what that does. It slows everything down by the looks of it. Boom. Boom. Oh, look at that. Loads of blood. Right, okay. So that hero roid does exactly what it says. It slows things down briefly. Right, Turing, yes. Turing was, and I'm afraid it's another not very nice story. Turing was a code breaker during World War II at Bletchley Park. And Bletchley Park was where they were trying to break the code for the Enigma machines, which the Germans used to communicate with. They were basically encrypted computers. And Turing actually managed to devise a computer in order to do this. And the computer was the world's first real stored program computer. There was nothing before Turing. People had worked on machines, thinking machines, engines, but nothing that actually stored programs and could run information through those programs to achieve a result. Turing was basically the one who was responsible, among others, at Bletchley Park, including some women. I'm not saying he was solely responsible, but without his computer, we would not be using these computers we see today. In fact, computer science would not have existed unless this had happened. After the war, Mr. Turing basically was going to gave his. I'm not sure whether he gave the information or the government gave the information away and gave other people the chance to build on it. We could, if we had been selfish about it, have kept that information and probably been world leaders in computers. Unfortunately, we didn't. And Mr. Turing himself was, not to put too fine a point in it, was a homosexual. And at the time, homosexuality was illegal. Sorry, I'm going to be back with you in a minute. So he was imprisoned and eventually chemically castrated. And because presumably because he'd been chemically castrated, he killed himself. So the man that we've got to thank for sitting in front of this computer that we're talking, that I'm talking to you on now, and the guy that obviously in this world invented the computer and it was kept by the British, was actually driven to suicide by his own government. And it's one of the more shameful aspects of human history, or British history, should I say. So, yeah, sorry, Dan, that's another not very nice one, but not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. It is what it is. Well, there's a light up here, so we're going to carry on towards this light. Rich tea biscuits, they're very dry biscuits. I was tempted to buy some this morning when I went to the local shop in preparation for getting back to work again. I thought I'd better start getting out and about, so I went to the local shop and bought some biscuits. And I was tempted to buy rich tea, but I didn't. Another bot in the channel, unfortunately. That's from Twitch, sorry. I'm afraid I get a lot of bots on my channel. Who? What? Where? When? Right, where's this guy? I just want to know what this is over here. Oh, look, straight in the head. Are you ready? Oh, another one. I knew I was going to die there. Yeah, rich tea is another popular one. It is, as you know, it's a very dry thing. You do need a drink with that to dunk. And the whole point of British biscuits is to dunk them. Any British biscuit is probably made with that in mind. Right, and we're stuck here again. This is why I don't like fighting. You get kicked back to the last place you were at. Right, so let's try another way then. And again, this is my pinball method. Just if you get stuck one way, try another one. What's this place? Can you get in there, but can you get through the door? Yeah, it doesn't matter what you have with it. You just basically need something with rich tea biscuits. I mean, cherry bakewells are made. We were talking about those earlier on. They're made with the sweetest icing. They really are very, very sweet. If you've not got a sweet tooth, or if you've really not got a sweet tooth, there's no point having those. Oh, a bit of a glitch in the window there, I think. Oh, shall we play on the old Joanna? No, you can't play the old Joanna. Can't do that either. Oh, looks like Churchill's finding someone to fight with. Oh, I've got log stuck under here now. Can't get out. Help. No, I cannot get out of here. Just bear with me a second. We have to load a game, believe it or not. Okay, back here again then. So don't go upstairs unless you want to die. Right, jammy dodgers. Yeah. 2 biscuits. The base biscuit's got no holes in it. It's just a flat biscuit. Layer of cream with very, I don't know, I just got stuck in a glitch, with a very small layer of jam on top of that, and then another biscuit with hole in it where the jam's allowed to come through on top. They are sort of sweet, very sweet biscuits. More for the novelty for the kids, I think, than anything else. I've never really got on with jammy dodgers at all. Kids love them because they got smiley face on top. That's it, basically. I say they're more for the children than the adults. Right, try that again in a minute. There's something. Obviously, Churchill was fighting something there. Anything in the phone box? Probably not. Nope. Okay, so it was in this building here. You can see how useful Churchill is, though. He does fight for me. How he gets up these ladders and things, I don't know, but he does. So I'll be grateful for that. All right, so we went in here and then up there. Not down there, though. Oh, it's one of these things. Fairly easy to kill, don't do much damage now. What's this? TV, nothing in the dresser. Some stuff in the office there. Perhaps we can sleep here for an hour or so. I can't sleep when enemies are nearby. Like that one, for instance. We'll try again. No, more enemies. Oh, here they come. Come on in. Well done. I mean, you can see I'm getting on with the game much better now. Before I was very, very frustrated that I couldn't do anything. Now I can actually survive the odd hit. So I'm quite happy about that. All right, can we sleep now? Sleep for an hour. Lovely. Actually, we sleep for longer than that. So it's 10 o'clock, so if we do 9, 10 hours, that gets round to the morning then. Right, lovely morning. Beautiful morning. Can we get through into there is the next question. Yes, we can. Oh, we've got terminal. I'm not a great one for terminals, but we might have a look at this front. Some typewriters there. You always use them because they provide screws. No, it's a smash terminal, so we can't. Doesn't want burnt textbooks. Right, I think we'll get out of here now. Fairly sure that was all that's in here. We resume our journey. Go this way. No, I wasn't trying to sneak up on you. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, there's loads of them. Oh, we're just going to get 8 hours of sleep. One of the worst things about the problems I've had recently is that I couldn't lay on my... Normally I'd sleep on my left or on my right, one or the other. And I couldn't lay on either side up until recently. I can now, but it does give me pain in the morning. First thing in the morning when I first get up, it's a nightmare. It hurts so much. And then once I start moving, it's a bit better. It is better. Right, so we don't want to go that way. Can we get in there? Tea and coffee shop. Obviously not a very good one because it's closed. Anything down this way? Danger. Okay, we could go over out this way. We don't want to get involved with it. The problem is if you can meet a group like that, you've got no chance against them. Honestly, I've done that several times. Another keep left sign. Proof it would need that we drive on the right side of the road, correct side of the road, sorry, not the left road. Yeah, it is. It feels like it's very awkward. I do eventually get to sleep, but it's not the kind of restful sleep I'm used to. Some more lights down here. What's this? Oh, cake shop. Fleet Street, which is famous for being the place where all the newspaper companies hang out. And we're in a cake shop apparently. Ted? Needs a trim. Do I need a trim? Nah, can't afford to waste tickets, sorry. It's a barber's shop. Why has he got blood down his lip? Don't like the look of that, a barber's shop with blood on it. Can we nick anything? No, didn't do that. We take this stuff? No, it's stealing. Oh dear. Ah, I know what this is. Oh, come on, Phil. Put your brain in gear, mate. You've probably come across a character called Sweeney Todd. He was known. We just entered Fleet Street. He was known as the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. I reckon if you put yourself in his hands, you'll end up either being killed or in some way incapacitated, because he's the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, as portrayed by Johnny Depp so famously, of course. So, having said that, there is a pie. Curl up and die. Unlock a new unique hairstyle. Well, I would if I had any hair. Right, so we've done that anyway. We'll take that. So we're on the right line. You know, if you remember, Sweeney Todd lived next door to Mrs. Miggins' cake shop, or above Mrs. Miggins' cake shop, pie shop, and he would send the meat from his victims to Mrs. Miggins to make into pies. So I think you'll find next door a cake shop is a similar sort of situation, and she'll probably be called something like Mrs. Miggins, if what's his face will get out of the way. There you go. Churchill, move. She's got meat there, so I'm assuming it is. Miss Miggins, there you go. Oh, I should write this stuff.
Looking for good deals?
Not for pies. Let's see what you've got.
Take a look.
Mystery pies. Yeah, this is all Sweeney Todd. It really is. It's all Sweeney Todd. We can sell stuff to her though. Conkers and corpse cabbage fruit. Don't know what this stuff does. Dr. Lee, I think we might need. Glowing leaves. Hub flowers. Purified. No, we want purified. Red shrew sugar. And red shrew, we don't get much of that. I mean, you've probably gathered that my head is absolutely crammed with trivia, literally crammed with stuff. She's got a look about her, hasn't she? She's got that kind of look that says, "Oh, I'm a bit weird." I really should have put money on her being called something like Miss Miggins. So we've got Flea. What was his name again? He wasn't Sweeney Todd, was he? He was Sweeney Ted. I'm not having a haircut from him. I'll tell you that for nothing. Or should we do it just for the giggles? Yeah, go on. Why not?
What would you like done?
Is that it?
Need an haircut?
Has he taken 30 tickets already? He must have done. Oh, I thought it was going to be something better than that. I honestly thought it was going to be.
If you need me, you know where to find me.
I thought it was going to be something where you end up dying and waking up in a strange place, like in a pie. Bus stop, Route 4. I love that attention to detail they put in. They've got timetable there. It's always raining in this game, which is pretty real as far as Britain's concerned. It's always raining as well, so I suppose it should be realistically. Can we unlock that? It's too difficult. What's this? What's a gunfire going on? That's a Land Rover, one of the most popular country cars in this country. Designed for farmers originally, but now it's driven by yuppies. Imperial Stout. Stout is kind of really heavy, dark beer with a creamy top, like Guinness, basically. Which I understand is well known in the States. Wabbit. There's a submarine there. What's up here? Just keep going around until I get deady. What's this? Oh, this is Monument. Absolutely teeming with creatures by the looks of it. There is a mission later on to come back here. I happen to know that this is the location of the underground bunker that we're looking for. Oh, I'm sick of this. Just find a gun. Got some 9mm, that'd do. That was the stranger, anonymous stranger, or whatever his name is, the James Bond thing. I've not stopped taking cigarettes. Apparently, I thought cigarettes were kind of a way of increasing your awareness and whatever. And as in the real world, cigarettes are not okay. They're not for that. They get you addicted. As in the real world. Right, let's play this. It's cheerful, isn't it? I think the way they stop you from going in here too early. No, you can go in here. Ah. Well, if we're in here, we're probably in here way too early. Because there is a mission to get here. Requires key, so you can't get in. That's good, because there is a mission to get there, and they don't want you in there too early, so we'll go back out again. At least we know where it is now. We've discovered the place. Stretch, won't we, a minute? I should probably be finishing around about 12 o'clock, because it's crashed again. The wife's coming home about 12, so I hate it with these crashes. They're awful. Right, what's the time now? 11:47. Actually, I think I'm gonna give it a miss now, because that seems like it's telling me to stop. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a miss for today, and then I'll be back again hopefully on Saturday, because my wife's working Saturday. So with a bit of luck, I'll be back on Saturday, and we'll do a bit more Fallout London. We might as well do London because I'm enjoying the game. Or we could do Borderlands. I haven't quite decided yet. Or Diana, if you let me know what you want me to play, I'll play what you want me to, because that way, you're my person who's around me the most when I'm streaming. So let me know what you want me to play, and I'll play it. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching, everyone, and hopefully you enjoy this. And we'll be back to normal next week. So hopefully catch you then. Bye for now.